A central bank survey in the country shows economists raising the 2016 inflation outlook there for a third straight week. They're now forecasting consumer prices to rise by 7%. That would exceed the government's target range for a second straight year. The country's inflation in 2015 accelerated at its fastest rate in 12 years, having a big impact on business and ordinary citizens. Paulo Cabral reports.
The impact of Brazil's high inflation is felt by families like the Dos Santos nearly as soon as they wake each day. According to the official Consumer Price Index, the price Karina pays for her milk rose by more than 8% in 2015, while the electricity to warm it up and watch the morning news rose 51%. Husband Leo says he thinks it's even higher. By coincidence, he used exactly the same amount of energy in December 2014 as he did in December 2015, but the bill was more than 70% higher. And the list goes on. Having breakfast at a cafe also got more expensive, over 14% according to official data. And Leo is spending more to fill up the car too. Gasoline rose by more than 20% last year.
Inflation is hitting everybody from all social classes. People are dropping holiday plans, using their cars less, looking for cheaper schools for their children. We haven't had to cut back on buying food just yet, but I certainly noticed everything is getting more expensive at the grocery store.
All in all, the main consumer price index in Brazil rose more than 10.5% in 2015, much more than the government's inflation target of 6.5%.
Leonardo can't escape the effects of inflation at work either. He runs the family company, a metal coating plant with his brother Jean, and in 2015 inflation made it a lot more expensive for them to run their business.
Brazil's producer price index topped 9% from January to November 2015. To make up for the increased costs, the Alves dos Santos brothers had to boost their prices, which in turn increases the costs of other industries that hire their services. And the cycle goes on.
Actually, our buyers are not complaining too much about our price hike. With the current climate in Brazil, people see news about inflation and just accept the prices are going up.
The debate among economists in Brazil now is whether the textbook recipe of increasing interest rates to slow down the economy and fight inflation would work right now.
This is a very controversial issue. Some economists think that this is a waste of time to raise interest rates right now because the brutal recession that Brazilian economy is facing now. Other economists would say that it's necessary to raise a little bit the interest rate in Brazil, adjusting expectations of Brazilian investors with the risk return.
Brazil's in a delicate situation of facing at the same time low growth and high inflation. Many economists say that only deep structural reforms are likely to produce a long-term solution to the country's financial troubles. Paulo Cabral, CCTV, São Paulo.